Hi there. My name is Carrie Pope, and I'm with the Philosophy, Religion, and Humanities Department. I'm going to be doing a quick walkthrough of Collaborate. It is an online communication tool that is built into Blackboard. I'd sent a video before, but I think the sound was a little buggy on it, so I made a new one for you guys. Um, I use Collaborate through with my Great Questions seminars classes. It's a discussion-based class, but I teach it online. So how are you supposed to get that sort of rapport with students where you're kind of having conversations online? I use Collaborate. Again, it is built in directly to Blackboard. You can access it through this Add Menu item at the top here. Go to Tool Link. Scroll down, it is Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. You can call it whatever you want. You could call it Collaborate, you can call it Online Portal. Make sure that you make it available to users. I call mine Collaborate Podcasts because I do a podcast with every unit that we do in Great Questions. I'm going to show you a little bit about how the functionality works for this. So every room has a course room. This course room is always available for students to come into unless you lock it. They can talk to each other. They can talk to you. It's just useful to have just one space for them to be able to talk to each other in. There's an anonymous dial-in number. I allow guest access depending on who's calling from what phone. If they're not dialing in through Blackboard, some just use the link. When I have something, my students are always participants. I do have a training room set up in the Great Questions template, and everyone in there is a moderator so they can play with the different tools that are available. But please make sure that you make your students participants unless you want them to be able to share their screens and present with you. When I meet with students who are having technical issues, I make everybody a presenter or a moderator so they can share their screen with me and show them what's going on. Again, there's a link that you can send out to your students. This session is, of course, always open, allows people to draw on chat boards, post messages, share video and audio. I have a Unit 2 wrap-up coming up in April. Collaborate is only going to show you things that are coming up in the future soon and not show you all sessions. So if you click to all previous sessions, you see I have a Welcome to Great Questions and a wrap-up, but you'll see that the one coming up is not there. And if you go to Sessions and Arrange, which is the best way to view it, go back to January, and then go to the end of the semester, you'll see that I have a Welcome to Great Questions, a Wrap-Up 1, and a Wrap-Up Intro to Unit 3. I also have previous sessions that I have recorded. Same issue with being able to view things. Recordings and Arrange is the easiest thing to do. Go back to January. And then you have both of the recordings. You can see both of them were about an hour. And that's where they're stored. Again, this menu right here is going to be your access to your sessions and your access to your recordings. This little menu right up here. Now I have a room opened up on another screen, which I'd like to show you. If I tried to open it up on this screen with an open Collaborate session, I would get a wormhole where one screen works into another. Some of you have met with me in the training station and seen that I've gone into wormhole situation. So I've opened a screen on another. If you want to walk through your class with your students in Collaborate with Collaborate open, please have another window open to be able to walk things through with them and share that screen. So I am going to enter a course room off screen. And show you what that looks like. Okay, so I'm inside the course screen. This is what the course screen looks like. Again, you have this menu up at the top where I can start recording. If I start recording, This should appear in the recorded sessions that I showed you a minute ago. It takes usually about 2 or 3 minutes for those recorded sessions. Make sure that you are sharing your audio with Collaborate. Make sure that you're sharing your video if you want to be able to share your screen or your person. Hey guys. I'm going to pop up in this bottom corner now. So I'm going to go over here. Hey. And I'm going to start sharing my blank whiteboard. Pop it down to the bottom corner. So 2 of the things that you can do in Collaborate, which are really good for Great Questions class or for any classes, is you can share a blank whiteboard, which you can write things on. You can draw pictures like a circle and a circle and a triangle. For all you Great Questions teachers, Proposition 1. It's a lot of good tools. You can erase everything you've done. You can use different colors of ink. You can draw shapes, pencil. Again, if I didn't feel like I could control my circles, I could use the shapes to control it for me. You can move items around. I can move this one over here. I can move this one over here. I can move this here. I can move this here. Gives you a lot of functionality with this. Again, I can clear the whole thing and start over. So you've got view controls. You can go full screen. You can go actual size. You can go in. You can go tiny. All of these are useful tools when using a white board screen. Now you can also share your application screen. I have my laptop hooked up to a monitor, so I'm going to have 2 screens to choose from. If I tried to share the screen in which I am in Collaborate right now, I would end up in a wormhole. You guys have seen that before if you've gone into a training session with me and I tried to show you something, that you go into an infinite wormhole when you're using Collaborate in this way. So I'm going to share my other screen with you. And so that's sharing the screen here. I'm going to go back to announcements. So you are now seeing my other screen. We're off whiteboard, we're sharing the screen. If you want to walk your student through your course to show them where elements are, this is how I do it. This is where I put my syllabus. This is where I put my schedule. This is how you can access your journals or your study questions. So it gives you a really nice way to be able to go into your Blackboard site and sort of tour people around. At the beginning of the semester, I go through the entire course and show all of my students exactly how the course works. And then that gives them an opportunity to see me use it, and it helps them learn how to use it too. So I use this mainly for podcasts and walkthroughs. So I'm going to stop recording so that recording can be uploaded and maybe we can see it show up in the system. Again, you can share your screen, you can share a whiteboard, you can share files with the other people, you can send them directly files, PDF files if they want. I will share you a revised calendar that I'm currently working on. It's going to convert it and upload it and share it with you. And then I can share it. So share now. Woo! And then it pops up on the screen. So you can access files, you can do screenshots, you can do PowerPoint presentations, and you can share it with all those tools. There are other tools. Go back to sharing my screen. And you can do polling, which is where you can make multiple choice or yes no questions that asks people, and then it gives you the percentages. How many people understood the homework? Yes or no? And then everybody answers that, and then you see the percentages show up on the bottom. You can also break people out into smaller groups, and let them talk on their own and then come back to the main group. There's a lot of functionality I haven't played with in Collaborate yet, but I'm willing to look at it if people want to play with it over the break. This video has now exceeded 10 minutes, so I'm sure you've probably stopped watching. But if you have more questions about Collaborate, please feel free to text me, and I will meet you in a room. I set up a training room in the Great Questions template where everyone's a moderator. They can play with all of these things, sharing the files, sharing the screens, doing polls. If there's more than one of us, we can play with all the tools. So please text me. I will send my phone number with this video, and we can use some of the tools that are available for this. It's a great tool. It's a great way to show students what you're doing. I use screen share anyway, but this is built into Blackboard, so it's a little bit easier to access for some of them. So that is all I have to say this morning. I hope you guys are having a great break, and I'm here if you need any help. Thanks. Bye.